recent U.S. Fish and Wildlife survey showed that fewer than 5% Americans 16 years of age and older actually hunt. This is an alarming statistic because it is less than half of what it was 50 years ago and not showing any signs or directions of trending upward. We have this really large baby boomer population aging up and out of hunting, and we have nobody else back here to fill it up. So the more we can pass on to kids like Raegan and youth like Raegan, the better off our United States will be in the world of conservation and hunting. So we are in Leon, Kansas, and it is currently the last day for the Kansas youth deer season, meaning all kids ages 16 and under have the opportunity to get out and deer hunt before many other folks in Kansas get to. We're here today specifically though with Raegan on behalf of Outdoor Mentors. We are a nonprofit serving kids in the outdoors. More specifically, Raegan's here because she's part of our shooting sports outreach program that we recently started.
So I'm on my high school's trap team, and so I shoot quite a bit, and my family is really into hunting. So I had a lot of background knowledge, but I'd never personally gone hunting before. So
Savage Arms contacted us probably a few months ago asking if we'd do this youth mentored hunt, and we did it last year and had an absolute ball. More specifically, we did it because their new AccuFit system on their guns are so accommodating for youth hunts. Why? Because I could be a mentor of one size and my youth could be a different. So instead of just expecting my mentee to take my gun and be able to shoot it just fine, the AccuFit system allows us to add in length of pole or take it out if we need to, but then also adjust the comb height, which makes it really great because then I can enjoy shooting it for myself, and then all my mentees can also enjoy shooting it. Kansas has some of the best deer hunting, in the United States. It's probably what we're most known for, and we have whitetail and muley deer. And where we are in Kansas, we have mostly whitetail, some sporadic muley, but if you're not used to hunting in Kansas, it's not, necessarily backcountry. It's a lot of blind sitting. It's a lot of patience as these deer kind of do what they want when they want, but they are creatures of habit. So sometimes they fall back into their routine. In our case, we sat out an evening hunt and then 2 early mornings to fill this deer tag. And we know the deer are there, and we know they're curious enough to come out in front of the blind, but sometimes you just have to wait it out and see what they do. Currently, we're sitting on private lands. Owner is Miles Wilhite, and he's just been a phenomenal connection for us in the Outdoor Mentors program because he allows us to come out and dove hunt. A couple weekends ago, kids were dove hunting with him. Raegan and I obviously got to do this hunt on his property, but he also hosts later October and January doe hunts for us. And his big thing is, I own all this land, I have access to all this land. There's no way I can, hunt this many deer to manage it at a healthy population, so why not get youth out? And he's just huge on giving back to kids. We were able to hunt this spot that had a really beautiful creek right next to it, so we had 2 prime access points that we could hunt on, and the deer kind of just appeared out of everywhere. They're kind of sporadic, but also a little predictable at times. It was just really fun to see all the does come in too with their fawns. I think as mentors, we sometimes think we have to arrange and set up and fulfill a wildly successful hunt. And I think we all need to remember that sometimes successful means that you invited somebody else to go hunting with you and just got out there to do it. So today, obviously we had this really planned out, and I have had really high hopes, and I've been looking forward to this hunt, for months now. And Raegan, we were in the blind, and Joe and Raegan spotted a deer off in the distance, and I was kind of in the back of the blind where I just didn't see it. So I get my binos on and I look, and I just see this one doe just looking at me, and I'm like, man, what are they talking about? There's no buck over there. And before I could even, put 2 and 2 together, I had to stand up over Raegan's shoulder to realize she was already on the buck with her gun, ready to shoot. And by the time I, confirmed it up with her that she was ready, the buck moved on us. So we shifted windows and She didn't quite have her shooting sticks to reach on that window, so instead of taking that shot, I just encouraged her to back off and wait. And you know, as a mentor, I felt terrible because then this buck went behind the trees and I'm like, gosh, it may not come back. Luckily, it got spooked and jumped, and it came along the north side of the creek there, where she was able to take a pretty incredible shot with very little notice to get ready. Good shot, kid. Good shot. Now we're getting some darker blood here. Check you out. Look at this shot. So being able to do this for a second year in a row, it makes me just really excited because it shows me that Savage Arms, a wonderful gun manufacturing company, is dedicated to giving back to our youth and women as well. You know, women are a minority in the hunting world, a rapid growing minority, but it's really great and reassuring to have that support and opportunity through them.